So therefore, if it's modifying the word Jimmy and it's right next to the introduction of the sentence, obviously this is going to be an introductory modifying clause, right? And if it's an introductory modifying clause, then we know that the sentence is correct because the modifying clause is right next to the thing that it modifies. Moving on. A chef from Alaska, Jimmy Salmon was the best. Again, in this sentence, you also understand what it's trying to communicate. You understand the information. However, the sentence is not correct because we have the introductory modifying clause, a chef from Alaska, and we have the thing that it's supposed to be modifying, which is Jimmy Salmon. Jimmy Salmon and a chef from Alaska are related. However, is Jimmy Salmon a chef from Alaska? Does that make any sense? Can a salmon be a chef from Alaska? No, it doesn't make any sense. Therefore, this introductory modifying clause that can be found right here should not be right next to Jimmy Salmon, because we cannot say a chef from Alaska, Jimmy Salmon was the best, because Jimmy Salmon is not a chef from Alaska. So we can change it to make it correct by saying a chef from Alaska, Jimmy had the best salmon. This is right, this sentence over here. The reason why it's right is because the introductory modifying clause is right next to the thing that it modifies. Let's talk a little bit about keeping parallel structure in phrases. Now, if you don't know what parallel structure is, go ahead and watch the videos where I talk about it. The parallel structure is basically keeping the same organization of the sentence. You must know that one side has to be exactly the same as the other side of the sentence. Because if we keep the sides the same, then that means that we're keeping parallel structure. So the following words indicate that a sentence has two sides and that you need to keep an eye out to make sure that the parallel structure rule is met. We have the following things: and, as well as, not only, but also. So if we have these three things, we know that the sentence has to have a parallel structure, that both sides of the sentence have to be the same. So let's look at an example right here. Instead of only teaching his students how to read, Steve taught them how to play and interact with other people. This is right. Why? Because we have this word "and" here, indicating that the sentence is going to have two parts. First part starts here and ends right before the word "and the second part starts at the word "interact" and ends at the word "people." So the key phrase here, the words that are right next to the word "and" are interact and play. Play and interact are parallel, right? Because to play and to interact has they're said in the same way. Maybe it will help if you look at something that's wrong in the next few examples. John and Bobby not only did their project on time, but they also dancing over the weekend. That sounds weird. The thing that we have is the word "but," which, as you remember from the first part that I talked about, we have to have these words. If we have these three words here, or these three phrases, that indicates that both parts of the sentence have to be parallel. And in this sentence, we have the word "but" over here. John and Bobby not only did their project on time, but they also dancing over the weekend. Now, the first part is did their project on time, and then on the right-hand side of the word "but," we have dancing. Are those things parallel? I'm asking you, are those things parallel? Did their project on time and dancing? No, they're not parallel. So how can we change that? Well, we could say John and Bobby not only did their project on time, but they also went dancing over the weekend. And if we say that, if we say did their project on time and went dancing over the weekend, that would be wrong, because we have dancing, which is going to be ending in ing, obviously, and over here we don't have it ending in ing. So we can say John and Bobby not only did their project on time, but they also danced over the weekend. That would be right. Let's look at the second sentence, the second example. The scientists discovered that people, as well as exercising, are needed for a happy life. Okay, well you understand what it's trying to communicate, right? I mean, you need people and exercise for a happy life. But the way that it's written here, it's not correct, because it's not parallel. We have the word "people," and on the right-hand side of the key phrase, which is "as well as," we have the word "exercising." How can we correct this? Well, we could say, the scientists discovered that people, as well as exercise, are needed for a happy life. That would make the sentence correct. But if we have people and exercising, that would make it wrong. Make sure that the entire sentence is parallel, and all the parts are in the same form. So if we have a word on one side that ends in ing, we have to make sure that we have another word on one side that ends in ing. And we have to make sure that no words end in ing. Anyway, that's the second part of the video talking about modifiers and other neat things. Always remember that a modifier should be as close to the thing that it modifies, and never forget that if it's an introductory modifying clause, it has to be right next to the thing that it modifies. Watch the two videos again if you didn't understand it, and I'll see you in the next few videos. Bye.